I want to start out just by showing you, we're going to talk about the 12 bar blues and what is that exactly. So first of all, I'm going to show you some chords. I know you probably know your basic chords already or you wouldn't be here. But this is an E chord here, and then we'll outline the 12 bar blues. So in the blues, we do what's called a dominant seventh chord, and the reason you'll hear the difference from just a regular major chord like we have here. And then if you open up and just lift your third finger up, you hear the difference? That sounds bluesy, doesn't it? And that's a dominant seventh chord. Now you can also, I'm going to add to that, put your pinky on the third fret of your B string. So 1, 2, 3. That's also very similar. You're basically mimicking the same note, the D, and it sounds like this. Okay? So that's your E, your root. In this case, we're gonna start out with the E blues. Your next chord is a 4 chord. It's called an A seventh. And again, you can play a regular A, like a folk A, which is fine for certain kinds of music. But for the blues, you want to open up that G string and get the 7th. So the G to an A is the 7. It sounds like that, looks like that. Now if you want to add to that, the same way I did on the E, you add your pinky on the third note on your high E string. 1, 2, 3. That's a G note, and it sounds like this. That sounds bluesy for sure. And then our 5 chord, which I'm going to get to, that's our turnaround chord, is a B. Looks like this. Most of you probably know this one already. Now, B seventh, you'll add your pinky down here on the 2nd fret of the high E string. So you got 2, 1, 2, 2, and the A string, the D string, the G string, and the high E string, respectively. That's your B seventh chord if you don't know it. And then you go down to your A seventh again, and get that pinky in if you want. Back to your E. In this case, the dominant 7th. Now, as far as the 12 bar blues, and there's many different kinds of blues. There's 8 bars, 16 bars, there's many ways to go about it. But the 12 bar blues is by far the most common, and what we're going to stick with on this particular course most of the time. We're going to stretch out and get into some minor and stuff like that. So let me just show you what that means in terms of counting. So we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to go to our A chord. 5, 2, 3, 4, 6, 2, 3, 4. Back to your E. 7, 2, 3, 4. 8, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to go to our B. 9, 2, 3, 4 to the A. 10, 2, 3, 4 to your E. 11, 2, 3, 4. 12, 2, 3, 4. So you've noticed I said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What is that all about? Well, there was 4 beats to the bar, okay? So the first one was 1, 2, 3, tapping your foot, right? 4. That's 1 bar. So you notice I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. We've now covered 4 bars. Then we go to 2 bars to the A seventh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. Now we've done 6 bars, okay? Then we're back to our root, to our E. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. Now we're done 8 bars. So now we go to our turnaround chord, our B seventh, for 2 bars. For 1 bar, sorry. 2, 3, 4. A. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we go to our root chord, which is our E, for 2 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now in context, it sounds, I'm going to play it a little more in context now. I tore it apart there for you. I just want to mention though, when you get around to when you're dropping down from your B and your A, what often happens is we do what's called a turnaround. You go to your E, 2, 3, 4, and then to B. And then it all starts over again. So I'm going to play it in a little bit of a sort of a light shuffle form, because the next lesson I'm going to give you here is going to go deep into what a shuffle is and how it works. So a shuffle feel sounds about like this, and I'm going to play it very lightly at first. I'm not going to go keep it really simple. So ready to change to the A now. Back to your E. Now to your B. A. And this time, we're going to turn around to the B. Don't worry, I know I'm getting fancy now, but that's all right. We'll get to it. I just want to give you an idea of what it sounds like when you add a couple little B, A. Now I'm going to do a little walk down and we're going to get to this in detail. It goes like this. Can I hear an oh yeah? Oh yeah! So what that right there is, in that little lesson, what we talked about was the dominant 7th chord, okay? E7th in this case, and then an A7th and a B7th. Those are the 3 chords we used in that particular exercise. So what we read through, just to recap real quickly, is we talked about the blues in E, which is a 12-bar blues. I showed you what 12 bars is. You know, you got 8 bars on your 1, and then 2 bars on your 4 chord, and back to 2 bars on your 1, and then you do 1 bar on your 5 chord, 1 bar on your 4 chord, and then 2 bars back on your root chord. And that all together equals 12 bars. It'll become apparent as we run through this stuff over and over, because the repetition is what really brings a confidence in this kind of stuff. So that's basically the very first lesson on this particular style of acoustic blues. And in the next lesson, we're going to tear it apart and get into what a shuffle is, how it works, and I'm going to show you some tips and tricks and kind of some tools to have in your bag so that you can explore it and create your own blues.